What's going on, YouTube? It's SC, the place to be. Joe, Mr. Andy, back to you guys on the Smackdown review for March 10th, 2023. We are now, Jey Uso came back on Raw, so now we're going to hear what Jey Uso has to say as we're really shaping up to WrestleMania, because coming toward today, by the time you listen to this, we are 3 weeks out from WrestleMania. So they got, right now most of the matches should be going on. I mean, they're holding off on just a couple more, but most of the WrestleMania card is set so far. So when we get right into SmackDown, let's just get right on into this here. We start off with the Fatal 5-Way when it comes to Karrion Kross taking on Drew McIntyre, Sheamus, LA Knight, and Xavier Woods. The reason why, because Kofi Kingston got injured. I don't know how Kofi Kingston got injured, to be honest with you, but Kofi Kingston got injured, so he wasn't able to be in the match tonight. So it was a standard Fatal 5-Way. Each man got a chance to shine, and I like that. Xavier Woods even had a chance to shine on a couple things. Also, Sheamus goes crazy with the beats to the chest and everything like that. And then as he's about to go for the bro kick, it's like Drew McIntyre gets in his way, and it's like now they're kind of staring each other down. So what happens is Xavier Woods tries to jump off the top rope. When he does, he gets bro kicked by Sheamus. And then meanwhile, LA Knight tries to come in there and attack Sheamus from behind, and then Drew McIntyre gives him the Claymore kick. So they both look at him, they both go down for the pin, and simultaneously the referees count 1, 2, 3. Both guys win. Because I was wondering how it's going to happen. We heard about the rumors about it being a triple threat match at Mania, and now I was like, this is probably the way they can work the triple threat match in. So I thought. So after the match, they had the traditional thing where one referee declares Sheamus is the winner, the other referee declares Drew McIntyre is the winner. So we don't have a really true winner just of yet, and that's how we kick off the show. And then we're going to address more of it when we go into later to the show. So honestly, I might as well just wrap all that stuff up now, because they was in the back arguing, and then the Brawl and Bruce tried to get in there with Sheamus, and Sheamus was getting there with Drew. Sheamus was holding him back. So then what Adam Pearce decides to do is to make next week on SmackDown, it'll be Drew McIntyre taking on Sheamus, and the winner will take on Gunther at WrestleMania for the Intercontinental Championship. I don't, like I said, it's hard for me to think that either Sheamus will be left out of WrestleMania or Drew McIntyre at this point. So it's not like a no DQ or anything like that. I think they'll have a banger of a matchup, and then it'll be a double DQ, a double disqualification, to the point where Adam Pearce is like, you know what, both y'all will just go in there for the Intercontinental Championship against Gunther in a triple threat matchup. But now they got to get the kinks out and stuff like that. So I think it's cool. As long as we get to that triple threat match, I think that is good going on to that. So now we're introducing the first member of the 2023 Hall of Fame. Now here's the thing. I thought I was like, maybe Triple H is going to just wait till like a week or so and announce them all together. But now it's the first one, and usually we get the first one back in January where we hype stuff up. This is the first one. We're 3 weeks out for WrestleMania. This is the first Hall of Fame inductee. So I was sitting back and I was just like, it's going to be Batista. Okay, so Hollywood, let's kick off with Batista. But no, curveball, swung over the plate. I swung and I missed, because the first inductee is Rey Mysterio. And honestly, Rey Mysterio is deserving of being in the Hall of Fame. Honestly, the man's about 45 years old. He's probably going to be retiring sooner than later, so he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. I have no problem with that. But then after I'm like, Rey Mysterio, I'm like, this is going to be an angle alert, because you have to find something for Dom to do to get under Rey's skin so bad that he will finally fight his son. Because I mean, the man came in there and messed up Thanksgiving, Christmas, Valentine's Day, all that kind of stuff. He keeps wreaking havoc to Rey Mysterio. He keeps hitting him. He keeps disrespecting. He keeps castrating this man on television. So you got to find something. So Rey Mysterio comes out to give his Hall of Fame speech, and then all of a sudden Judgment Day comes out, and Dominic comes out and everything that. And he says, you don't deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. You be in the Hall of Fame with deadbeat dads. Even though he says that later. But then, as he's in the ring with Judgment Day staring at Rey Mysterio, Legado del Fantasma comes out, the full Legado del Fantasma, and saying that we have a 6-man tag team matchup tonight. Rey may forgive you for what you did last week, but I'm not. So they want to have a match right now. So we get Judgment Day taking on Legado del Fantasma in a 6-man tag match, which I thought was a pretty cool matchup. Dom actually looked pretty strong in this matchup. After a while, Rhea Ripley on the outside, Escobar and was it Cruz del? No, it wasn't Cruz del. It was Joaquin Wild dived to the outside, took them out, and then somebody knocks that down. I forgot who it was, but then Zelina gets up on the steel steps and try to hurricane around Rhea Ripley, but she just picks her up in the powerbomb and throws her onto Legado del Fantasma. Back in the ring, we get Joaquin Wild. That's Cruz del Toro, excuse me. And then he gets distracted by the referee, and then gets a boot. Priest gets a boot on, and then Dominic covers for the win. So Judgment Day wins the matchup. After the match, Dom's like, "Hold on, I want to talk to my dad. Yo, lead the ring. I want to talk to. I got this. So he says, you don't deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. You deserve to be in the Hall of Fame of Deadbeat Dads. He said all the birthdays and all the Christmas and all the Thanksgiving, all the stuff that you miss. And he says, I should have been Eddie's son. And I was like, ooh, that's a burn. So now he's like egging Ray on to hit him. And then he pushes Ray down to the ropes. And he about to go for a swing, and Ray dies out the way, and so his son falls out the ropes. So it's like, okay, we didn't get the hit, but we're getting close, okay? We're getting close. I hope that they don't wait till like the night of the Hall of Fame. I remember Mysterio was doing his Hall of Fame speech, and then they turn into an angle. So Ray like, you know what? I want you at WrestleMania. Don't do that at all. But we're getting there, closer, like following the breadcrumbs. It's like this and that tag team match with the Usos is like the last thing they want to do. Like somebody should try to hold this thing out as long as he can. Tag team matchup: Braun Strowman and Ricochet taking on the Viking Raiders to come out there with Valhalla. I mean, it's a normal tag matchup, but at the end, Ricochet gets distracted by Valhalla, and then Ivar hits a power slam and a top rope splash for the win. Charlotte Flair makes her way out to the ring, and they said the Jay will have a mystery opponent to face. Then we come back from commercial. It's Shotzi. So I was like, okay. So Shotzi and Charlotte have a match that is very forgettable. Charlotte wins with the figure 8, and then Rhea comes out and she kind of watches. Then when Rhea gets in the ring, Charlotte tries to let Rhea know that okay, you've grown a lot, and like you're Rhea Ripley. You're not gonna let nobody just stand in your way except me. And kind of walks off. There's really for both women's matches, because I can tell they probably been changed. There's no heat for them at all. There's no heat for Bianca and Asuka, and there's no heat for Rhea and Charlotte, which they're trying to go off the story that was 3 years ago. But I'm just like, there's still no heat. There's still, would they both be good matches? Sure, but there's still just not that heat to justify this being the main event of night 1. To be honest with you, just saying. When we come back for the break, the Usos come to the ring, and then now Jimmy and Jay out there, and Jay got the mic, and then after Jimmy says the Usos and the Bloodlines officially back together, and Jay Uso tells the crowd, he says, you know what? The question is, what would you do? And Jay said, like him, y'all would do anything for family. I had no choice. And say, I never had any choice. The fans knows what it goes through in this ring each and every week. And then, Sammy portrayed that. He portrayed, everything that we got going on here in this family. And then now, so he says, but Jimmy look, we got rid of that Sami Zayn problem now. But now it's like get rid of this Cody Rhodes problem because he being all up our business, right? So, as he's talking about, we hear Cody Rhodes' music. But as we hear Cody Rhodes' music, somebody in a hoodie comes out from the crowd and tackles down Jey Uso. Distracts him enough. Well, first of all, I'm getting ahead of myself. Jey Uso claims that Sami Zayn should just fall in line, because I missed that line. He should just fall in line, but he didn't want to do that, so he brought this on himself. But then when Jimmy talks about we got to take care of the Cody problem, Cody comes out and he says, look, if you're going to keep saying my name, then you should say it directly to me. And because he's in the mood for a fight, so he comes down there, starts taking off his suit jacket and his suit and everything, and then in the crowd, somebody with a hoodie comes in, attacks Jey Uso. That distracts Jimmy long enough, so Cody gets in there, and they both all start fighting in the crowd. And the thing is, Cody was trying to get his shirt off, but he couldn't. It was stuck on his arms, and you could tell he had to rip it off because it's still a part of his shirt that was still around his wrist. I was just like, boy, he could not get that shirt off. I'm glad the camera kept getting off of Cody because he could not get that shirt off. But they get the upper hand of the Usos, and then Cody and Sami stand tall in the ring to end the show. So, the crowd pops huge for that. So all we're trying to do now is we got to get Kevin Owens on the side so they can go after the Usos, and Cody goes after Roman, and then we can finally officially set that match. Because when it comes to Rey and Dominic and the Usos and Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens and the Intercontinental Champions are like the only 3 matches that have not been set in stone just yet for WrestleMania. So, but that was SmackDown. I thought SmackDown was other than the Bloodline stuff, the Fatal 5-Way Day was good. It was just a run of the mill show. It's just like there in the middle of it. At least that's my opinion. Maybe y'all feel different. Post in comments down below how you guys felt about it. Hit the like button if you guys enjoyed my review. Hit the subscribe button for more wrestling reviews, pop culture reviews, and 2K news right here on NC Studios. So once again, it's NC the place to be. Chill Train with Stay in D, and the Nerd Coalition is out.